It's the video that's gone viral. A national restaurant chain is in the spotlight tonight after a Volusia County employee exposes trays of food next to the dumpster.
It started with a single photo. Trays of buffet food stacked sloppily beside a dumpster behind a Golden Corral in Volusia County. The image went viral in hours, but what it revealed hit even harder. The illusion of endless variety was rotting literally at the core. For millions of older Americans, buffet restaurants once stood for family, comfort, and value. A weekend tradition, a dependable treat. But now, that heaping plate of mashed potatoes and meatloaf might come with a side of mold, shortcuts, or worse. Golden Corral, Ryan's CeCe's Pizza. Hometown Buffet, Old Country Buffet, Sweet Tomatoes, Sizzler, Golden Spoon, King Buffetall, familiar names. But beneath the nostalgia lies a shocking truth. Reheated food, questionable, cleanliness, and shortcuts that could put your health at risk, especially if you're a senior. This isn't just about soggy green beans. It's about trust, dignity, and what happens when a comforting ritual turns into a culinary betrayal. Golden Corral built its brand on abundance. Rows of hot trays steaming with meats, sides, and desserts. But what used to be a symbol of choice is now more about illusion. Former employees have spilled the beans. Mac and cheese that sat out so long it crusted over, only to be scraped, stirred, and served again. Wilted lettuce, slimy cucumbers, and Caesar dressings with crusted over skins. The worst part? Seniors, often on strict diets or with dental sensitivities, are the ones paying the price, sometimes quite literally, with their health. That steak. It might look golden, but chew through the rubber and you're biting into a decades-old lie. Once a staple in small towns, Ryan's Buffet is now the subject of whispered warnings. Diners walk in expecting fried chicken and mashed potatoes, but leave with lukewarm regrets. Reviews mention cold entrees, lukewarm soups, and desserts with freezer burn. One couple said their chocolate cake had been sitting out for days. It tasted like it. Staff reportedly brushed old cakes with sugar water to give them that fresh-baked shine, but beneath the sparkle, old, flavorless, sometimes inedible slabs. For seniors trying to enjoy a sweet treat, that kind of deceit is more than just disrespectful, dangerous. CeCe's Pizza lures you in with one promise: unlimited pizza. But the reality? A plate full of cardboard, tomato sauce, and disappointment. One guest said their slice had so little cheese it looked like a cracker with ketchup. Another bit in two. A slice that was ice cold in the middle. And that pasta bar. Watery noodles and skin-covered sauces sitting exposed for hours. Former employees described tactics like spraying water on old crusts to rehydrate them. It's not innovation, it's deception. And for older guests, that gamble between a chewy slice and a digestion nightmare isn't just annoying, it's a health risk. With a name like Hometown Buffet, you'd expect warmth, nostalgia, and maybe a little extra seasoning. What you get instead is mushy vegetables, leathery roast beef, and macaroni so overprocessed it separates into cheesy soup and pasta clumps. One reviewer said the roast beef was so dry it took 2 hands and a prayer to slice through. Behind the scenes, staff admitted to diluting trays with water just to stretch supplies. But no amount of water can wash away the feeling that this buffet has long since lost its soul. For seniors hoping for one taste of the good old days, Hometown Buffet is a sad babysit. Soggy reminder that the past doesn't always come back better. Old Country Buffet was once a trusted stop for hearty food and old-school charm. But those days, long gone. Multiple seniors reported turkey slices so cold they felt refrigerated, soups that barely bubbled, desserts with ice crystals in the center. Employees have spoken out. Heating equipment left unchecked, trays refilled. Straight from storage without proper reheating. One worker said, "We stirred and hoped it looked hot enough." Stirring hope into lukewarm gravy isn't a recipe, it's a liability. And with sticky floors and dusty trays, the environment itself screams negligence. Sweet Tomatoes promises freshness. It promises light, healthy options. But for older customers trying to eat smart, it delivers something else. Brown lettuce, wilted spinach, cucumbers on the edge of slime. Former employees say produce often. Sits for hours with no one bothering to rotate bins. Soups loaded with sodium. Breads that feel days old. One senior called the clam chowder a salt lick in a bowl. That health halo. Just a disguise for processed shortcuts. When health-conscious diners are lured into hidden salt bombs and soggy greens. It's not a salad bar, that's a bait and switch. Sizzler once felt like a treat. Steak, seafood, salad bar. But these days, the salad bar feels more like a storage closet. Stale croutons, browning lettuce, and carrots with slime. Employees admit to the top-off method. Fresh produce dumped on old. Hot items suffer too clam chowder that barely moves when ladled. Meat that's cooked ahead and heat-lamped to death. One couple said their shrimp was rubbery, like chewing on pencil erasers. For older diners with delicate digestion, that's not a meal, it's a minefield. Golden Spoon Buffet is less known, but maybe that's a blessing. Sushi rice so hard it crackles. Seafood that smells like low tide, and desserts still frozen in the middle. Former employees say items were left out until gone. Not until they spoiled. The result. Food that's either stale, unsafe, or both. Guests described bloating, upset stomachs, and mystery meat that defied identification. At this point, the only thing golden about Golden Spoon is the exit sign lighting the way out. King Buffet screams variety. But between the Mongolian grill and the Alicante crab legs, the quality falls off a cliff. Meats are rubbery. Sauces taste canned, and desserts are pure filler. Employees describe frozen stir-fry mixes heated in bulk, with no attention to freshness. Even the grill area supposedly made to orders riddled with risk. Spatulas cross-contaminating raw chicken and vegetables. No hand-washing in between. For older diners, that kind of negligence can lead to more than just an upset stomach. It can lead to hospitalization. Across all these chains, a chilling pattern emerges. From Golden Corral to King Buffet, the promise of abundance hides a culture of cost-cutting, corner-skipping, and disregard for safety. For seniors, it's not just about taste or value anymore. It's about dignity, health, and being treated with the respect earned after a lifetime of meals made from scratch. These buffet brands are cashing in on memories, but serving shortcuts. And sometimes what they put on your plate can do more harm than good. So next time someone says, "Let's go to the buffet," ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Because what used to be a comforting treat is now a dangerous gamble. And no amount of gravy can cover up that truth. Tap like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned to the hidden menu where we serve the truth, not just what's under the heat lamp.